Hello and welcome to the show. This is East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise. We're here with Cheers to Embers, the guys right here to my right. We're going to talk a little bit about their music and what they've been doing past, present, and future. So why don't we just get started on the end. Would you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you play?
I'm David Keith and I play guitar.
I am Brandon and I'm the vocalist.
I'm Frank West and I play drums.
I've known these guys for quite a while now. Seems like, what, 3 or 4 years?
At least, yeah.
At least.
First time I saw you guys play, I think, was maybe here at the Open Chord.
It may have been, yeah.
That or it was probably there in Sevierville. I think we were there one time.
Yeah, you were there. Weren't you guys even with us at the Bowery too? Once? Yeah, once.
Yeah, the
That was
Bowery.
a
We used to
long
frequent
time.
the Bowery.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we played in there. That was a cool.
Well, they just can't now.
It's gone.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
I did not know that. That's
Well, we
how
don't know,
how not on the pulse my finger is.
You can catch these guys on YouTube as well. They've got their own YouTube channel, which is very cool. I've been on it a few times myself,
Thank you.
listening to stuff. They put out some great music.
We're trying to get back in the swing, of putting out more content. That's the next big thing on the agenda. So.
Need some behind the scenes, like
I know.
Funny cuts.
I dig that. I like the behind the scenes stuff. That's my thing. You know. So.
guys having a good time and just laughing and cutting up would be cool to
We
see
do.
while in the musical process.
Yeah.
Way more of that happens than
Yeah,
actual
full disclosure.
product.
Full disclosure. We go off the rails
we
a
should
lot more
probably
often.
do
We always forget to film though. I remember the last time we recorded, we were in the studio and we did a live video. But then ever since then, I never think about it. Like
No.
you know.
No, and we should have our phones out 24/7, just recording all of our antics, and it just doesn't happen. Either that, or you fall into my shoes, and you end up with a lot of footage that gets deleted or gets forgotten about, and you know,
Space on your phone.
yeah.
Well, that's what even like show days, I think we need to get somebody to do it because you're so busy during the show. Like, you know, you're hauling in and hauling out, and you know.
It'd be great to have somebody on hand just to follow us around
somebody for
and just
dedicated videographer.
record it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
we need it.
Because you never think of it even in those times either.
Yeah, it's hard to think of all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been a band?
Oh,
That's
man.
a tough question.
You guys have been together since early 2000s, right?
Yeah. Before that, I mean, you introduced us to Frank. Well, I mean, I knew Frank a long time ago, but we were actually looking for a bass player at the time when Keith brought Frank up to us. So we were, me and my brother Matt and Mike Strunk, our original guitarist. We were a band for a good little while before that. Like, oh man, at least 14, 15 years ago. And I mean, we weren't as serious as we are now, obviously. I mean, we were writing music, we were writing material and everything, but we weren't digging in as hard as we are now, as we do now. So
I think I joined in 2012.
Did you?
It was the beginning of 2012, the end of 2011, something like
Had
that.
to be that because I joined. Me and Brent joined in like 2013.
Yeah, it was about 2 years after that. Yeah.
it didn't seem like it was that big of a jaunt between when Frank joined and when you guys joined, but that was, I guess that's because we were all kind of hanging out.
I always,
at that point.
we had both. I had a separate band.
Yeah.
And we would all hang out.
We've been this lineup for about 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
But
You have played in other bands before, so you just said you had another band.
yeah, we had a band and we would all, like, if I was booking shows, like I would call them and be like, hey, I gotta fill a spot, come out here. And they would be like, all right, so we always hung out. And then that band just imploded. And then
I mean, it happens. Like, it's so easy
9 out
to
of
like.
10 times they just dissolve.
Yeah.
Lineups change an awful
Lineups
lot.
change. I mean, if you've got like really solid, dedicated core members, then generally the band can stick it out and just find replacements. But a lot of times, something happens in somebody's life and they just quit. And then this guy's like, well, I'm not going to stick around if that guy's not going to stick around. And then so the band just,
And dissolves.
Yeah, it
and
just
goes
dissolves.
away.
our hardest thing was keeping the drummer, and I was always like, dang, I told the Hicks brothers about Frank.
That's one of our
And so-
funniest stories too.
Yeah.
Like right after he told us about Frank, and we checked out Frank's video that he had posted on YouTube, sort of an audition video. Or I don't know if it was actually an audition video or not. If you were just goofing
with the
around.
camera.
Yeah, it was awesome, and we were like, yes, we need him. And then shortly after that, their drummer, what happened with
I don't know, that we went through like, in that band we went through like 5 drummers. So
as soon as we got Frank in the group, Matt was our drummer at the time, and Matt was like, I'll play bass. So he just made the swap, and then their drummer, it didn't work out with
we
him.
couldn't keep him, so I kicked myself for like 2 years. Hey, wait, Frank.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't beat us, so he joined us.
that's exactly what it was. I just jumped ship, and I was like, all right, these are doing this.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool. So you guys have been, you said you've been a band for about 5 years total.
Total,
5
yeah.
years.
Current
This
lineup.
lineup,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's always a good thing. So hopefully you guys will continue to move forward and produce the good music that you guys always do. I enjoy
Thank
listening to you guys play.
No, that means a
Every
lot.
time
Thank
I've
you.
heard you on stage, I mean, you guys have the best stage presence, one of the best stage presence I've ever seen
Thank you very much.
at local bands.
We try super hard with that. That's super important to us because, I mean, if you look at the difference between just local acts and regional acts, people that are touring all over the place, it's that presence. You know, it's what makes them stand out, stand apart from, you know, just your local band to, you know, touring around and even, you know, touring around the world. You know, those big bands.
Yeah.
The thing that makes them big is, you know, that presence they have on stage and all of their extra.
It's all about the shows.
It also helps when you like to do it. You know, you don't want to go up there and be a dancing monkey. If you like to go on stage and play, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
You want to connect with the audience too. That helps
Yeah.
with your presence
You do
on
it
stage.
for sure.
If you can do it for yourself, it's a lot easier to do for other people. You know,
Oh, yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, then you're going to be robotic and you're going to be
Just sitting
you know.
there, kind of like the
Exactly.
Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get,
exactly.
maybe you guys are too young to remember that
No.
movie.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Absolutely
that.
not.
Or Michael J.
Back to
Fox
the
is just
Future.
playing.
Yes, Back to the Future was my jam, man. All of them.
That's what
It's disheartening to see a show. Sorry. It's disheartening to see a show that I've seen some shows where the bands get up there and they're just kind of going through the motions, and sometimes it's bands you like. You know,
Yeah, and I mean,
it's heartbreaking sometimes.
I'm sure,
but I get it.
I'm sure there's more to it than. I mean, sometimes you can watch live performances online and stuff and see that they're really enjoying it. I'm sure it's just the grind for a lot of them, but
Fatigue.
yeah.
I'm sure sets in after a while.
I'm sure, you know, forgetting where you even are.
I think a lot of people though, when they go to a show, they don't want to just. If you wanted to hear just somebody stand there and play the record, I don't think people want to see that.
That's the thing.
I think it's the lights and the show and the theatrics of it that people want to see. They want to see like what can they do visually.
You kind of have to be able to move around the stage too, and not just stay in one place and play.
That's tremendous.
I know you're not
he's
able
got
to
a
move
lot
around too much on.
Oh no, he manages. He manages.
You get back there and just
Well, if
beat
you
on
had
the drums.
we had to get a crowdfunding going for a platform that moves. And
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm fine sitting stationary.
So let's talk a little bit about your music. How many albums do you guys have out now?
One.
One.
Yeah, one full-length album. I mean, we've put out demos and stuff like that before, but we haven't done the whole 5-song album thing yet. I know a lot of bands do that, and they tend to like break their albums up into smaller pieces, which in turn allows them to release a lot more often. But you know, I always dig it when a band I like, you know, they release an album and then there's this long waiting period, like, you know, a year or more, and you're like, when's the next album coming?
It builds up the
When's next-"
anticipation
Yeah, it builds
for
up
it, yeah.
anticipation. So
That's
I like
always
that.
a good thing.
We've definitely got that working for us. The last album was way overdue, and then
And then this
it's
one
been
is-
it's been a couple years now, so we're working on stuff, and it's slow
We are.
progress.
It is.
It's slow progress, but
Life
we are.
is set in
that's
pretty
our
hard.
that's our main focus right now is trying to write a new album.
Yeah, people have asked me numerous times when we're going to play a show next, and I'm just like, right now it's the album. You know, that's where
You can't
when we
rush
can
it.
get
I mean,
no.
you gotta have it just exactly how you want it to sound.
And if you don't at least devote most of your time to it, you're going to be waiting 3 years to get it. You know.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back to enjoying playing. Also, you know, people want us to play. We've been asked. We've had offers to play here and there, and
Yeah.
we could go out and play all of our old album, but I personally don't want to. You know, it's
I want to come out and
we
play
kind of
something new.
we've all grown past it and everything.
Yeah.
We're
And we
writing.
were playing that stuff long before it even was an album.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's songs that you know when we play, there'll be some old songs, you know, but I want to put some new ideas out.
On your shows in the past, have you ever played any of the current songs that you're working on for your new album? Have you played those like
Once or twice.
There's something we have come up with that's new. It's not on an album yet, but it'll be out soon.
I think we played Masquerade.
Masquerade's been
twice.
Yeah, Masquerade. We played it. I know we played.
We played at the Bowery at the
Yeah.
Monsters Knoxville, didn't we?
That was a long time ago. That was,
Did we play this at acoustic show?
yeah, we played it here.
Yes,
And
we
we
did.
played
So
it
that's the
here
reason
as well.
that didn't include the
Yeah.
Yeah, so the new single we've got out, we played a few times trying to test it out.
Yeah.
And,
And I don't think it's enough for anyone to be like, hey, I know that song, but just to kind of test the waters and see like what people thought about it. And it's gotten pretty like tremendous remarks from
The new
comments
single's
from
been out
people.
for how long?
About a month.
About a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Month. And it's gotten some positive feedback.
I remember hearing it.
I'm really proud of it.
Well,
I'm really
I
proud
sent
of
it to some of the guys I know, like yourself. Like I sent it around. It's like, hey, does this suck? Because if not, if so, I'm not going to send it.
Justin Gunn
Yeah.
on Reflection.
Yeah, well, I sent it around to a couple people. It's like, hey, is this good or bad before I release it? You know?
Yeah, no, it's test the waters and find out what the reception is going to be like.
Yeah.
Kind of a small test group and then put it out to the masses. That's the way to do it.
It's also been really helpful to us as far as the release goes, because we've got quite a few subscribers on YouTube and quite a few followers and stuff, but I mean not as many as like obviously we're all aiming for. We're aiming, broad scope, but it helped that other YouTubers, other YouTube channels have reached out to us and asked to put our stuff on their channel, and like in particular Rock Central, one of them.
Rock Central. Space on Travel is a lot.
Yeah, they
Here
have like
last few weeks.
124,000 subscribers, or 25.
Something like that.
And within a week, Masquerade had, what was it, like 17?
I don't know what it's at now. I think it's like mid 20,000.
Yeah, I think so. But I think at that time, in like a week's time,
And we hadn't even
10,000 views, and so many likes and comments and stuff. And I was just enjoying going down through there because I don't get notifications for those. So I just every once in a while I'll pop on that channel and see if anybody's left new comments and things like that. I dig getting people's.
There's a lot of your indie radio stations and stuff. Apparently, I didn't know that, but they apparently go to like Rock Central and Space and Travel to find new people. So we gotten on like British radio, and I googled it and found it. Like, how did they hear it? So I had to email and find it, and it was from that they found it. So
yeah, that's great.
We've gotten really, really lucky that people want to help us on that front. It's just free advertising.
And not just here in the States, but like, around the world. Like you said, when we get up on British radio, like that's crazy for me. And to know that we have fans in like India and, Russia, Germany,
I think that you guys were one of the bands that I submitted for a radio show in Australia too. Pretty sure I did.
I think you were telling me about that last time we talked. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So hopefully a lot of people in Australia are wanting you to come over there to...
Yeah. We've noticed actually like a lot of people from abroad actually like really dig our style of music, and they want us to come over there, and we're just like, we're not that big yet.
we don't make any money. Not even enough money.
Not even enough money to buy a plane ticket.
It's not going to cover the you got rent gear and everything.
Yeah, plus rent and mortgages at home.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to get out and tour.
oh yeah,
It is.
especially
Even
it is.
here. I mean,
But it would be tremendous. I mean, I get the idea that like if we could get out and get over there, that we would see like a tremendous following grow. Like I really do. It's just a matter of fact of like getting there. How do you get there?
I think especially like British and German crowds are very rock oriented. More so than American audiences. I think American is more pop and R&B and hip hop. I think
rock had its limelight. I think over here for a good little while, and then that's kind of pulled away from that and went to other stuff.
for most bands or musicians in general, their own country doesn't necessarily get receptive to them until they've gone overseas and done things. Like I was talking about Australia.
Yeah.
The bands from Australia come over here and they get big, and when they go back to Australia, they're like kings and queens and things like that. But until they've come over here, they're not even really noticed.
Yeah.
And they could be touring Australia for years.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
nothing
there's so
more.
many. Well,
nothing more tour Europe like 2 times, like two tours around Europe.
I know a lot of my favorite bands are Australian though.
Before they're really big.
12-Foot Ninja, Hands
Oh, I
Like
love
Houses,
12-Foot Ninja.
like all of those are Australian.
I got Keith to thank for a lot of my newer influences because I get
Frank- I get
stuck in my own head A lot. And I'm a huge Breaking Benjamin fan in Red. I love Red. And so I get stuck in my own head as far as like, oh, this is what I like. And so I get glued to that. And then Keith or Frank or Brent, actually all three of them have been really great as far as like introducing new stuff. Because I think Frank turned me on to 12-Foot Ninja.
Maybe. I don't know.
He did. But it was one of you two, one of these two guys.
I know Frank showed me, so.
Yeah, so.
So where exactly do you pull your sound from? Excuse me. Your influences come from different areas of music, obviously.
Yeah,
so what bands do you kind of draw your musical style from?
For us, like it's different. Because I'm big into like acoustic folk as well. So like I'll listen to
interesting twist.
I'll listen to like Ben Howard or like Jack Johnson or people like that. And then when it comes to stuff like this, I didn't want to do, for me personally, I don't know anybody else, but like I didn't want to do like the generic like radio rock sound. Like I wanted to do something like mix that really catchy sound that people like and mix it with something like we also like prog. So, you know, take a couple of things that most people don't put together and hide little elements of one another in it. So
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
cooking.
it's definitely a big mixing pot. I mean, like I said before, I'm huge with Breaking Benjamin and Red, but like if it wasn't for these guys introducing me to new ideas, I would be really glued to that sound. And I mean, I know they're kind of radio rock, but when I mix that with other influences like Hands Like Houses, I love Trevor's vocals. I love his vocals, and they're an Australian band. And then 12-Foot Ninja, they're also Australian. Just little nuances of other bands and Periphery, even though I'm nowhere near capable of the things that the lead vocalist is capable of. Just the rhythm and the melodies, I take influence from that. You know, just try to keep it fresh, keep it new.
So how did you come up with the name Tears to Embers?
Oh, yeah.
it was better than the rest of it.
Pretty much. No, it actually.
They're terrible names, so it didn't sound as bad.
They were. We were calling ourselves, for a little while, we were calling ourselves Faded Silence. And that was before Keith and Brent, and actually it was before Frank. We were calling ourselves Faded Silence, and I just didn't like the name. I came up with it, and I didn't like it. It was like the opposite of growing on me.
The placeholder.
Yeah, the placeholder. And I had written a song, and we were playing it. Actually, it's one of the ones we made a video for. It was called Tears to Embers. And there's a line in the song and everything. And it feels a little corny now, but I try my best not to let it bother me. But I think it was our bass player at the time might have been like, hey, that'd be a cool band name. And I just kind of like sat and rolled it around my head for a minute. I was like, well, sure as heck better than Faded Silence. Yeah, let's go with that. So, yeah, I mean,
Once
it
it
does.
gets stuck in your head, it's there.
Yeah. But so I ended up having to change the name of the song, too. The name of the song now is Exit Wounds, which
Okay.
it's on that album. We made a video for it, so at least it's an interesting name change story.